All right, welcome back to the Sports Wrap. 2 nights in a row with Andy Gresh talking Patriots and Tom Brady's 4-game suspension. As we look ahead to next year, at Arizona, Miami, Houston, Buffalo.
Yep.
How do you think the Pats handle this stretch?
I mean, if it's without Brady, maybe 2-2. I could see them going 3-1. The Bills, you know my standard thought on them. Please. They can blow by them. Houston will be tough. It's a playoff team, and they are going to get better. And look, dealing with Arizona, we know Chandler Jones is going to have a bee in his bonnet. I think we know that Arizona would make a statement first week of the season, regardless of whether Brady is in or not, in terms of, hey, we beat the Patriots, we can beat anybody in the NFL. So I think if you come away 2-2 with Brady gone, perfect. He comes back, and then it's scorched earth.
All right, is this 4-game tryout for Jimmy Garoppolo, is this going to end up being what tells Bill Belichick if he is a long-term succession plan after Brady?
I think what it'll do is it will tell Bill Belichick what kind of currency he can get for the guy if he wants to move on from the dude. Because, look, Brady's going to be here for a while, and unless Emperor Goodell comes in and suspends him for multiple years, which, again, according to the courts, he's capable of doing, no, I think it's Tom Brady for the foreseeable future. I would not be surprised to see them kind of reload with a mid-round quarterback. Look, it's cheap to keep Garoppolo next year as well, but if he plays well and somebody gets horny for him, flip him for a pick and move on.
Are you a fan of his game right now? Because he hasn't done anything in real action. We don't really know. I think maybe his stock is relatively high because of his potential, but do we know if he's good?
Well, it's two things. Number one, we'll find out in those 4 games in part. I do think he's good. Here's the thing, is somebody going to get hot and bothered for him? And then the other part of it is, too, Yianni, is whatever you get on tape in these 4 games, if it ultimately goes through that Brady is suspended, and that's the context of the conversation we're having here, then it comes down to, okay, would I rather give up a second-round pick, or if I need a quarterback, would I rather give up a 1 to get Jimmy Garoppolo, who's already in the league, even though I may need to pay him, versus maybe taking Deshaun Watson or some other Momo coming out of college who may not understand the intricacies of pro football. So I think it's about the future, not so much Jimmy G being here, but what can the Patriots get for him come the 2017 draft.
All right, big day, Thursday, Friday into the weekend NFL draft. A unique scenario. The Pats, of course, don't have a first-round pick.
God,
how do you play this scenario if the Pats, what do you think they need? Obviously, they always choose the best player, not necessarily for need. What do you think they do?
All right, there's 2 parts to this, and I'll give you the normal part, which is the Patriots' modus operandi, which is, you're exactly right. Let's see who falls to us. I think they need depth in the secondary. I think taking another tackle is worthwhile, a developmental guy that you can sit on the sidelines, because I know you get Solder, of course you get Seabass, big old Vollmer, but eventually Vollmer's starting to break down. So I think you need another guy in there. I can see them adding some depth at linebacker, considering some of the decisions that they have to make there. Look, I think the way the roster is constructed right now, they can go in any direction. However, here is the spite and malice part of this that I personally would love to see. The NFL only closed the loophole that if the Patriots traded for a first-round pick, they give up the higher first-round pick.
Right.
Okay, so if they acquired pick number 15 from Tennessee, they would give that up and then they'd pick at 31. However, what they didn't do was say you couldn't trade a second, third, and fourth-round pick, which they have, to be able to obtain the rights to a player on day 2 that was drafted in day 1.
Right.
So it's the old, there you go, NFL, screw you. We're still getting a first-round pick. Now, it pulls away from their philosophy, no question.
Right.
But, man, for the spite and malice factor, it'd be so awesome to watch the NFL stick it. And then Goodell talking about, well, you know, we had to manufacture a way to get a first-round pick. And it's like, laughing at all of them.
I just saw the WWE fan in you right there.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? It's fantastic. I mean, what better script could be written than Bill Belichick just coyly standing there and going, well, you know, we had fun way to get a first-round pick. I mean, it'd be great. It'd be great theater.
All right, busy offseason, and since we haven't spoke in a long time,
thank God.
Signed guys like Chris Long, Terrence Knighton, Chris Hogan, Chandler Jones gone, Dominique Easley gone, Mayo retired, LaFell gone. How would you assess the offseason's moves and shakes?
It's been ridiculously impressive because what they've done is they've gone to, they've gone to Filene's basement. I mean, they've gotten a bunch of guys who are coming in, and it says $760,000 on their pay stub, but they're only going to count for about $500,000 against the cap. And when you look at Knighton and Nate Washington and some of those guys that you mentioned, they came here on El Cheapo deals. You know, Chris Long's not getting a lot of money, but that's going to be a highly motivated player to come in here and play well. And I think now that the Patriots are on that run of 5 straight AFC title games, you mix in some Super Bowls here and there. I think what guys are realizing is if I go here and I'm a good boy, I can either get paid reasonably well and win, or I can come here, be a good boy, perform well, and go cash in somewhere else. Either way, it works for the Patriots.
Surprise, Easley, and they dealt Jones?
You know, the Easley thing is very curious because if you notice, no one's picked him up on waivers. Like, he went through the waiver process and was okay, whereas Chris Jones, when he got let go, they picked him up. So obviously there's something there with Dominique Easley that maybe people around the league are maybe hip to. And look, the Chandler Jones thing, it's pure business. And it's tough to get rid of a player like that, there's no question. But let's remember, they stashed 2 guys away on layaway last year. That Geno Grissom was one of them. They may end up drafting another guy to throw into that defensive end mix. But they signed Collins. They got the big offensive lineman who you hope Scar can kind of help him out. And you get the 2nd-round pick. So at the end of the day, you turn Chandler Jones, his cash, into 2 players, and you're going to draft another guy. Or you're going to use it as currency to stick it to the league.
All right, good stuff from Yianni Gresh. We'll probably won't see you till September, so have a nice spring, summer.
I thought we were going golfing. You talked about yesterday, let's go golfing, and now all of a sudden it's...
All right, you got a hookup
beat
anywhere?
it. I have mad hookups.
All right.
Whether I'm going to use them on you is another story.
Petrarca? We'll have
no, actually, Petrarca takes me golfing. Kidding me?
Who, Mike?
He's America's guest.
Montecalvo can be the caddy.
No. Montecalvo's too busy watching Yankee games.
Yeah, and they're off to a tough start.
Oh, I know. Darn, right? Too bad, Mike.
All right, and Dapper Tan, Yianni Gresh, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, brother. Hey, it's spring. Spring is sprung, baby.
We're back for the Sports Wrap after this.